Deep beneath the burning sands, the Black Legion thrived in silence. But silence was fading. The colony grew hungry, and the surface above belonged to a beast older than memory. General Krog watched his people toil, knowing the only resource left unmined was death itself. Krog clenched his jaws, tasting the dry air. The food stores were gone within days. To survive, they couldn't just eat, they had to become predators. But their teeth were weak against the sandstone kings who ruled the dunes. They needed a new edge, a poisonous one. A single scout reported back from the borderlands. The great scorpion lay dormant near the salt flats, a living fortress of spikes and fire. Its tail pulsed with venom thick enough to melt rock. If they could bottle that nightmare, they would own the desert. In the war room, plans unfolded like a chess match. Krog refused the frontal assault. Instead, they would use the terrain. Ropes of woven silk, acorns hollowed for explosives, and a medical team trained to extract toxins without dying. It was suicide, disguised as science. The Special Ops team moved silently. Their heavy boots kicked up small puffs of dust as they ascended the thermal vents of the canyon. Every heartbeat counted. One slip, and the vibration would wake the guardian of the valley. Silence was their armor. They reached the obstacle course before the lair. Engineers rigged suspension bridges, testing each knot with the weight of a life. There were no railings here, only trust and gravity. Above them, the sky remained empty, but the heat shimmered like a mirage. There it was. The King of Thirst slept like a god, unaware of the insects creeping toward his doom. Its claws rested like hammers beside its head. The squad held their breath. One wrong sound and the sand would turn to fire beneath their feet. It was now or never. The medic hovered near the apex of the stinger, a bead of poison hanging precariously from the tip. Gravity worked against him. He aimed the extractor carefully, praying the sleep wasn't feigned. Just 1 milliliter could arm 1,000 warriors. Secure! Secure the samples! Krog barked orders, adrenaline flooding his veins. They had done the impossible. The vials were full, capped, and ready. But victory always came with a price, and the scorpion stirred. Time to leave the nest before the host woke up. Back at the lab, excitement turned chaotic. A rookie accidentally tested the prototype. Panic swept the room until he realized he wasn't dying. His posterior glowed like a lantern, signaling toxicity levels were perfect. They didn't just steal poison, they became the bomb. War was inevitable, and now they were invincible. The colony descended into beautiful madness. The extraction team handed off their precious cargo to the R&D division, 12 of the brightest minds the anthill had ever produced. They worked around the clock, eyes wide with manic inspiration. The Venom wasn't just a weapon anymore, it was an obsession. Dr. Chaitin held up the first prototype, a fawn dart dipped in concentrated venom. 1 prick would paralyze a beetle. 2 pricks would stop a lizard's heart. 3 pricks? Well, he hadn't tested 3 yet. His grin widened. Science demanded sacrifice, and he was eager to volunteer others. Training began at dawn. The soldiers lined up, nervous fingers on triggers. Their crossbows hummed with lethal potential. Each dart cost a week's worth of venom reserves, so misses weren't tolerated. The grass scarecrow didn't stand a chance. But accuracy wasn't the problem anymore. Discipline was. Krog inspected the crown jewel of their arsenal, the Venom bomb. One acorn-sized explosion could blanket an area in toxic mist. The weapon specialist demonstrated the fuse mechanism proudly. Krog nodded slowly, imagining the chaos these would unleash across enemy territory. The Scorpion's reign was about to end in green fire. The army assembled for the first time in colony history. 500 warriors, each carrying enough poison to bring down something 10 times their size. They stood in silence, antennae raised, hearts pounding. This wasn't survival anymore. This was conquest. The desert would learn their name today. Ghibli 2D anime style, 4K, highly detailed. Close-up of the rookie ant from scene 10, now wearing makeshift war paint in green venom across his face. He is strapping a bandolier of darts across his chest with trembling hands. His rear end glows faintly green from residual venom exposure. Tears well in his compound eyes, but his jaw is set with determination. Warm campfire lighting creates dancing shadows on his armor. Emotional, dramatic portrait. The march to the Scorpion's territory took 3 days across burning sand and frozen night. Canyon walls echoed with the rhythmic clatter of tiny boots. Supply carts rattled over pebbles like boulders. The army moved with purpose, each ant burning with righteous fury. Somewhere ahead, the King of Thirst waited, still unaware that revolution walked on 6 legs. The scout peered over the ridge and gasped. The Scorpion hadn't been alone. It had built a court. Dozens of smaller scorpions patrolled like royal guards, claws clicking against stone. The venom pools below proved this beast had been poisoning the land for seasons. This wasn't just conquest. This was liberation. The final briefing happened by firelight. The strategist traced the gap between patrols, a 30-second window where the western flank would be exposed. Krog ordered the diversion team to strike first, drawing guards away. The extraction team would loop behind and plant the venom bombs directly beneath the king. 1 shot, 1 chance. Dawn broke like a blade across the desert. The Black Legion emerged from the canyon as one unified force, banners raised high and venom weapons gleaming in the first light. Across the basin, the Scorpion court turned to face them. Hundreds of red claws clicked in unison, a sound like thunder rolling across sand. For one breathless moment, neither army moved. Then Krog raised his spear and screamed the word that would change the desert forever. Krog's battle cry shattered the stillness, and the Black Legion surged forward like a living storm. Venom darts hissed through the air, striking Scorpion armor and bursting into toxic mist. The first clash was deafening. Claws slammed into wooden shields, needle blades snapped, and the sand turned into a churning battlefield of smoke and screams. The venom was working too well. Krog felt invincible, every heartbeat louder, every fear burned away by chemical courage. He laughed into the smoke, ordering reckless charges, convinced no claw could touch him. Around him, his soldiers mirrored that madness, howling like berserkers as they leapt into danger without hesitation. The pincer maneuver unfolded. East and west wings slammed into the Scorpion guards, cutting off retreat. But the ants' newfound aggression made them reckless. Squads charged straight into claw range, arguing mid-sprint about who got to throw the next bomb. The battlefield became a beautiful, unhinged circus of tactics and tantrums. "Don't pose! Throw!" the strategist screamed, grabbing the bomb mid-hero speech. The soldier insisted this was his finishing move, striking a ridiculous stance while the fuse burned shorter. A Another explosion rocked the ground, nearly sending them both face first into the sand. The ants weren't just fighting a war, they were auditioning for one. The rookie charged anyway, glowing like a cursed firefly in a hurricane. A scorpion guard spotted him instantly, hard to miss, and lunged with both claws. He dove, rolled, and accidentally stabbed his own backpack, which burst open and rained venom vials across the sand in a sparkling green shower. For once, his glow might actually save someone, if he survived the next 5 seconds. Krog reached the heart of the basin and faced the King of Thirst alone. The scorpion's tail whipped forward, faster than thought, slicing through a wooden barricade like paper. Krog ducked, rolled, and drove his venom-tipped spear into the joint of a massive claw, buying seconds, not victory. This was the turning point. Courage against scale. Amid the frenzy, the cost became real. A young soldier screamed as his leg was crushed, and the medic realized their miracle poison couldn't heal, only destroy. With trembling hands, he injected a microdose to dull the pain, whispering apologies between sobs. For the first time, the ants understood. They had stolen death, and death always collects interest. Krog's last order was madness incarnate. Plant the bombs beneath the throne rock while the king was distracted. The bomb squad raced across a rope bridge that swung like a pendulum in a storm. One ant slipped, caught himself by a knot, and argued with the others mid-run about who packed the fuses too short. The plan was brilliant and completely unhinged. The bombs dropped. For a heartbeat, the world held its breath. Then green fire swallowed the rock fortress. The scorpion shrieked, its armor hissing as venom ate through chitin and stone alike. Ants cheered, collapsed, and laughed all at once, drunk on victory and chemical confidence. Krog raised his fist, believing the desert was finally theirs. Silence fell after the blast. Then Krog felt it, a warm, unmistakable pulse beneath his own armor. His stomach began to glow green. The venom wasn't just a weapon, it was contagious in the blood, amplifying aggression and rewriting instincts. The rookie gasped, then whispered, General, your butt is doing the thing. From the ridge, the Queen's voice carried like thunder. If the poison owns you, who will own the desert?